Hello, I'm here because I'm making a video about me being in Germany. I've been here 3 months already, which is 25% of a year, which is how long I'm gonna be here. I'm in like a small city outside Valsut, Tingen, that area. And it's been like such a culture shock. I really, like, when I came here, didn't think it'd be so bad. I mean, it hasn't been bad, it's just been very different. And so I'm gonna tell you a couple of things that are completely different. The first thing that's completely different, and this is what I noticed the second I got to Germany, like literally while I was still in the airport, I noticed this. Everyone smokes cigarettes. Everyone. And to me, it's so bizarre because, like, I don't know, in America, a single person my age, or even really anyone under like 30 that smokes cigarettes. Like, the only people that I know that smoke cigarettes are like older, not like old, but like older. And so when I was in the airport, I got here and there's people smoking cigarettes in the airport. There's people smoking cigarettes in restaurants, in bars, literally everywhere. There's cigarette vending machines all over. Like, literally you go and you swipe your ID and then you like push a button and your pack of cigarettes comes out. Like, it's crazy. And the air smells like cigarettes. Not so bad where I'm living, but when I went to Munich, I got to the train station and I was like, okay, like, you smell it all the time, you smell it. Another big thing that was really hard for me to adjust to is the food. The food here is so different. The bread is different. The vegetables are different. The cheese is different. Literally everything is different. And also, but it's like different in a good way, because it's all better quality food. And the family that I'm au pairing for, they're very like healthy and like nutritious, and so I eat very healthy food now, like compared to what I would eat in America. And even when I'm out, like, the food is so much better. Like, lunch meat is not like the weird cheap plasticky like rubbery lunch meat. It's like real meat. And the cheese isn't like the Kraft single sliced cheese like in America. It's real cheese that you have to like cut the crust off of at the end. Like, I don't know, it's so weird, but like, it's good. It's so much better. And the bread is so different, but the bread tastes so good. And I was just telling my mom about this, but like, when I come back to America, it's gonna be so hard for me to transition back into eating food there. Like, I'm gonna have to start buying like the more expensive, really healthy food, because here the unhealthy food is like the cheapest unhealthy food in the store is still like not as bad as in America. Like, our cheapest unhealthiest food, like our cheapest unhealthiest food in America is like literally plastic cheese, or like cheese that sprays out of a can, or like, I don't know, like nasty food that like really isn't even food. And here, like, the cheapest unhealthy food is like normal food, like regular food that is like more expensive in America. So it's just totally different. It's so good, but yeah, it's gonna be very hard to transition. Another thing that's very different, which I really don't like this, especially because I only have the weekends off most of the time. Almost all the time I only have the weekends off, and so on Sundays everything here is closed. Everything. Food places, the grocery store, the train station, like when you can go inside and go to the shops, like closed. Everything is closed on Sundays. I can't even like think of something besides like McDonald's that's open on Sundays, except maybe McDonald's is closed too. I don't know. Literally nothing is open on Sundays. On Sundays, it's like a ghost town. Like, you go outside and no one's outside because nothing's open. It's so bizarre to me, because I can't even think of anything in America besides like the post office and banks and like Chick-fil-A that's closed on Sundays. Like, everything is normal. Like, in America, like, they close maybe earlier on Sundays, but they're not like closed all the way. And also here, at least in like the area that I'm in, everything closes at like 6 o'clock. So which for me is like not always good, because if I need to go buy something or I need to like go to the post office, which actually that closes at like 1 in the afternoon, so that wouldn't work. But like if I need to do anything during the day, I pretty much can't, because everything closes at 6, and 6 is like where I'm cleaning up dinner or like eating dinner. So yeah. Also, everything is closed between like noon to 1 o'clock, or maybe like noon to maybe 2 o'clock, so that people can go home and like eat lunch with like their families and stuff. Everything is closed during lunchtime. I think that's different that I've obviously noticed because I'm a girl, but the way that girls dress here is so different. Like girls, at least like most girls, I'm not saying this is like true for all girls, but most girls that I've seen that are my age don't wear a lot of makeup, or like barely wear makeup. Where like at my high school that I went to, people like baked their face for an hour every morning, like doing their makeup and their hair and all that stuff. And like here, no. Fake eyelashes, not a thing here. Like bright like red lipstick that is really common, at least in Portland or my school, is not a thing here. Another thing, and I think like this only applies to me because I'm American, but I've really noticed since I've been here, people have a very different perspective and like opinion on America than I thought they would when I was still living in Oregon. So like I always thought like, oh, everyone thinks America's like the big country, or like the most powerful, I don't know, like something like that, like because everyone made it sound like, oh, America's like the best country to live in and all this stuff. But then when I got over here, I realized that like not a lot of people think that. Like some people do. I've met people who are like, oh my god, you're from America, like that's so cool, I want to go to America so bad. And I'm like, okay, like I like Germany way better than America. So when people are like, oh my god, America's so amazing, I'm like, okay, not really, but okay. And yeah, people are just they either love America or they hate America. And I say that I'm from America and they're like, why are you here? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, don't talk to me. Like, it's very like mixed opinions, and it's super weird. And I feel like when I'm talking in English, especially when I'm like out with like a friend, or if I'm like with the kids that I'm au pairing, I speak English with them. And so like if we're out and I'm speaking English, I feel people looking at me like they know that I'm from America. Like they obviously, by the way I talk, they know I'm not from like England, so they assume, oh well, she's probably from America. And I get like really weird looks from people all the time when I'm speaking English. Like I try to talk really quiet when I'm out because I'm like really self-conscious about it, because people give me like really mean looks and I'm like, hi. Another thing that's really irritating is that there's like no such thing as public bathrooms here. And if there is a public bathroom, you have to pay to use it. Like in Portland, there's bathrooms everywhere. Like they have like those tin can things where you just go in, there's like a toilet and you just go pee and then walk out like in the middle of the sidewalks and stuff. And like here, like no public toilets. Like if you have to pee, that sucks. Like you're gonna pee your pants because there's no public toilets, and you can't just go into businesses or stores and like ask to use the bathroom. Like you just don't do that here. Like I don't know, even if like you're somewhere and you're paying for like products from that store or something, like most stores don't have public bathrooms, which I think is bizarre. Because like what if like when I'm out with the kids, what if they have to pee and there's like no public bathrooms? I'm like, okay, sorry, you have to hold it, or you need to go pee in this tree. Like to me it's super weird that there's no public bathrooms. And it's also weird to me that you have to pay to use the bathroom. Like I feel like going to the bathroom is like a necessity. Like if you have to pee, you have to pee. And like what if you don't have like €1 or like 50 cents or something, that or whatever it costs to go to the bathroom? Then what? Another thing that is different for the better, at least where I'm living, there's not a lot of fast food. Like there's one McDonald's that's in the next city, so like I have to go 2, sometimes 3, depending on what train I take, like train stops away to go to a McDonald's. And like the Burger King is like 3 stops or 2 stops away or something like that. So there's no fast food, and which is good, I guess, but there's also like where I'm living, there's no Starbucks, there's no, like, literally nothing. Everything here is like I have to cook everything, or like there's just no ready to go food here unless I go to like a cafe, but like I don't really like the cafe food, so I usually just have to make stuff. Or yeah, I don't know, there's like no fast food, which is good for me because when I was home there's so many McDonald's near my house. I would literally have McDonald's all the time and I was like getting fat. So like one thing that is actually, besides the cigarettes, probably the most culturally different in Germany is the beer culture. And like people, you're probably thinking like, yeah, duh, it's Germany, like of course the beer culture is different, but like I didn't realize how different it was. Like I went to Oktoberfest in Munich and I took a train and I left my house at like, and I'm like 4.5 hours from Munich by train, so I left my house in the morning, maybe 6 a.m. and I'm sitting on the train to Munich and there's people already drunk. It's like 7 or 8 in the morning by the time like people start drinking, and I'm just sitting there like, what? Like a beer at 8 in the morning to me sounds not appetizing. Like I don't want to drink beer at 8 in the morning, but like here it's totally normal. You drink beer in the morning, you drink beer in the afternoon, and you drink a lot of beer at night, all night, and it's like normal. Like people have beer with breakfast, and to me that's like so insane. I'm like, what? Like I don't know. Like I feel like in America there's like a weird stigma that if you like drink before 5 o'clock you're like a raging alcoholic or something. Like I don't know, no one drinks beer at breakfast in America. I've never seen that. Like I never have seen someone drink a beer with breakfast or like any time before lunchtime. Really, I've never seen someone drink a beer. So like I was sitting on the train and they're like already drunk and they're like having their own little party on the train, and I was like sitting there like, what the heck? They're like doing their chants and their cheers and like the Prost whatever, and I was sitting there and I was all by myself because my friend was already in Munich, and so I was like going to meet her, and I was like, oh my god, like what is happening? Like it was so weird, but it was only weird to me. Like to everyone else it was totally normal. And yeah, also talking about beer, the beer here in Germany is so good. Like I thought I would never like beer because all the beer in America is disgusting. Like every beer that I've tried in America is not good and I hate it, and I really thought, oh wow, I'm never gonna like beer, it's so nasty. And then I came here and I drank beer in Munich and Stuttgart, and I think I had like one random beer with like lunch or something. So I haven't like drinking a lot of beer, but like the beer in Munich was the best beer I've ever tasted. Like it was so good. Stuttgart wasn't as good. Like it was a little hard for me to drink the beer in Stuttgart. But the one that I had, like apple beer or whatever, which is really good. And so now I like apple beer and beer from Munich. But that's it. Like other than that, I don't really like the beer. But yeah, Munich beer. Okay, so those are the main things that are culturally different here. There's so many more things that are really different, but those were the main ones that I could think of right now. And I'm gonna make more videos. I'm gonna make a video about the grocery stores here. I'm gonna like take videos of me in the grocery store because the grocery stores are so different here, and they have like American section of food, and when I look at it, like it's so funny because I'm like, is this what people think American food is? Like I don't know, it's very different. So I'm gonna make a video about that, and then I'll keep updating you guys on like other cultural differences that I notice more along the way. I don't know, I'm gonna be here for another like 9 months almost, so yeah, that's it for now.